And this llama, no joke. It's a freaking huge llama. Like, huge llama.
So it's like a full grown.
Like, full grown. No joke. He stops dead in his tracks because he's walking and he's eating and stuff.
Yeah.
Stops dead in his tracks and looks at me and my brother. You don't keep llamas for fur?
An alpaca hair, don't they use that for something?
Maybe on the black market, not in real life. Oh, look at my eye. Look, 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 look. See that? Oh. Funny part about it is I'm sitting here doing my thumbnail shots. Literally this big old mat in my head. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Merina. I have not done a sit down, get ready with me video in a long time. Go baby. Y'all have been begging me to do one though, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll do the daggone thing. I just don't know what y'all want me to talk about. I don't know. I'm still stuck in this mindset that I was when I was like 15, 14, 15, 16. That's where I didn't really, nobody wanted to hear what I had to say. And I've kept that mindset. That's why, listen, teenage and young adult times in our lives are so important because it really sets the foundation to like who we think we are. We go through our whole life sometimes thinking that's who we are. You know, if people beat us down in high school like people did me, I was tormented in high school. If y'all know anything about me, you know that. If you're new here, I was tormented in high school. Bullying is not the word. So I've went my whole life wrapped up in who my identity was as a teenager, from really 10 to when I met Shane. Shane was the first person who really wanted to listen to what I had to say. So I still feel like, did I say my name? Hey, what's up? My name is Merina. I get stuck in that mindset, and I'm like, do people really want to hear what I have to say? And that's why I don't hate it so much anymore that I feel that way, because I think that adds to my humbleness regarding YouTube. I get commented on a lot about how I'm humble. It doesn't really seem humble to say that, but that's one of the compliments that I get, or comments rather, that I get, is you're humble. And I think that my experiences, my life experiences, and there's fuzz on my finger. Look at this. I think that my life experiences and what I've been through, what I went through, the torture and the torment and stuff, I think that plays a big part in it. So I don't hate that part of me. I don't hate that that happened to me. It just makes me apprehensive sometimes to get on here and talk with y'all. It's weird because half the comments I get all the time are, oh my gosh, I admire your confidence, which I'm not confident in myself. I'm confident in who Jesus is. But then the other half is, oh man, you don't know like how cool you are. Oh, you don't know how like awesome you are. You're so humble. So there's like I don't really get it. I don't know if y'all are just bipolar as I used to be or what. And those are two of the compliments that I get most often. So I don't know. I'm just, listen y'all, I'm just 29-year-old mama and wife, living my life happily in a trailer park, and not caring what people think, to the extent that I used to, because caring what people thought, I'm not afraid of doing these videos because I'm afraid of what you'll think of me. Or what people will think of me, because I know my loyal subscribers. I know them by name, and I know they know my intentions. But I've said before, I do say things. I really think that the fluid that I had on my brain as a child, I really think that how do I say it? Like that messed with me mentally. To where it's not that I don't have a filter. I do have a very big filter. I don't say everything that comes to my mind. I'm always worried about hurting somebody's feelings. It's more so that it's hard for me to word things the way that I want it to, and sometimes how I say things can come off as mean or as not considerate. And that's what I fear the most, because I pride myself in being a considerate human being, and a lot of people nowadays see that as a downfall. Hey, what's up? We're here to do my makeup. I'm just now opening. We're already knee deep in this. But But I pride myself in being the considerate person I am. And in today's age, you know, being considerate is almost, to the extent that I am, is almost considered a downfall, because people just assume that you let yourself get walked all over. And I do. But it's not at the expense of my feelings or anything. I just pick my battles very wisely. I'm not all about this me society that we have these days. I'm not all about this me over everybody else thing. It's more so everybody else over me. And while that can become extreme and it can become an issue, it's not for me. I enjoy being that way. I feel called to be that way in a sense. This is something futuristic that one of my friends gave me, and I'm not sure how to turn on. I don't know. I'll have to get Shane to figure it out. Ooh, that's a really good mirror, though. Okay. Okay, so prefacing this... prefacing. Is it preface or preface? Prefacing this to say, my makeup is entirely too dark, and that's because the makeup that I have, I've had for years. It is definitely expired, but it's okay. We just sanctify it in Jesus' name.
It don't really work that way.
Most of it I have is darker, so what I do is I blend it in with my neck. That bothered a lot of people on my last Get Ready With Me. They didn't like the fact. Usually I wear long sleeves to cover the fact that I am so pale and my makeup is so dark. Did I say that I used to be dark? I used to be really, really tan, like fake tan all over the place. Back whenever I was a not so nice human being. If that confused you, if anything I talk about in this video confuses you, I will have my first get to know me, get ready with me thing tagged below. But yeah, it bothers people that I wear darker makeup on my face than I am. That's okay. It doesn't bother me that it bothers people. I'm not going to wear long sleeves just so y'all don't see how white I actually am against my face. I'm just going to, you know, I'm getting ready right now to do a video. I'm going to do a decorate with me, and I just felt like getting ready because I don't do that anymore. I think the last time I got ready, like makeup and stuff, was like 2 months, not 2 months ago, about a month ago. So first, we're going to tackle the mustache. We are going to tackle the mustache because I just tried to tackle it with a waxing thing. Y'all will have already seen that in my power hour, and it didn't work. Oh, this thing is sharp. Ooh, dog. If I wasn't talking right now and doing a video, I'd be listening to an audiobook. Because that's what I like to do in my spare time. I like to read more so than I like to listen to audiobooks. But when I'm busy doing something, I like to listen to audiobooks or music. Y'all can see some of my books back here. Some of them I don't recommend because I had to skip through a lot of the parts. I don't do raunchy stuff. Is that the right word? Like, I don't do like inappropriate stuff. So if there's books that are inappropriate, I just skim over that part. If I'm liking the story so much that I want to keep reading it. If I don't, then I just toss it in general and donate it. These things are really cool. So all the books you see back here, definitely I wouldn't recommend them all. I can tell you where to skip though if you want to still try them and you're concerned about it being not morally friendly or something like that. I can tell you the parts to skip or just don't read it. I'm making them sound way worse than they are, but you know, this is what I have all my makeup in. Like I said, most of it is totally old. Last time y'all really wanted to know what I was using, so I'll let you in on what I'm using. The first thing I'm using is this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I have huge pores, like Grand Canyon size pores. And this stuff is a bomb, and it's only a couple of bucks, and it works really good. It's also not going to give me any unwanted sheer. I'm already a generally very extremely oily person. Because I sweat a lot. I sweat like a man. Funny story about me. When I was like 8, something in my not right mind looked at my stepdad one time and he was sweating a lot. And I was like, man, he sweats a lot. That looks really cool. I want to sweat like that. Well, I got my wish because now I'm 29 and I sweat like a grown man. Like grown man, MMA fighting man. That's what I sweat like constantly, even in the winter. I used to wear nothing but dark clothes and classified myself as emo and gothic when I was in high school just because of the fact I didn't want people to see my sweat stains, and you can't see sweat stains on dark clothes. When I'm not using this, when I'm not using the e.l.f. When I'm not using the e.l.f. Poreless primer, this stuff is the bomb. I don't know much about makeup, so don't take my word for it. But if I did know, I used to know much about makeup, and if I'm remembering correctly, it was the bomb. I used to be way into makeup. Then I'm just using this matte Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me stuff. It is in the, I think, Light Honey. Yeah, Light Honey 242. Okay, y'all, if y'all see haters in the comments over this, just ignore them. No World War III starting. I get a lot of questions about people asking me, like, if I block a lot of people. I don't block you unless you offend me. I'm not easily offended. Not in the least bit. The only way you can offend me is by saying something sideways about Jesus, or getting on my channel and basically being mean, being crude, making fun of, harassing one of my friends on here, like my subscribers. I don't deal with that. You gone. There's no second chances. Like, get out of here. Other than that, y'all are gone. Other than that, I don't block people. What I do is I silence them. So I just silence the turd, and they're commenting all day long on every video. And they have no idea that neither I nor anybody else can see them. So, that if you're a turd and you're watching this, more than likely, if you're not a first-time offender, if you comment something, I ain't gonna see it, and they ain't gonna see it either. So, get out of your system. I used to, speaking of that, what I'm doing is I'm taking this face finisher, this NYX stuff, and I'm spraying it. It's a setting spray. I'm spraying it on my beauty blender because I don't feel like walking it to the sink. But I used to really badly egg them on, like egg the turds on, and I just found out like it's not even about me at that point. I used to, you know, I've always came back at them with love, because that's the place that I always want to create for you guys, is a place of love. And that's why I do get so mad when they come at my subscribers and they argue with them and they harass them. It's because this is your safe place. Like, this is where you can get whatever you need. If you need friends, if you need advice, if you need peace, whatever it is, like, this is your safe place. And when
what about kisses?
Why do you need kisses?
I need lots of kisses.
Whenever they come at you in this place, then that's them disrupting your safe place, and I'm not okay with that. So I've always entertained it with love, but I used to definitely entertain it more than I entertain it now, just because, you know, I think I've been called everything in the book since being on YouTube. It pretty much, even in person now, somebody could, like, literally call me anything in the book and I would not be fazed because of YouTube. If anything, YouTube has toughened my skin even more. And I already had generally tough skin. We have an audience. What are you doing?
Up here drawing.
Up here drawing. Why don't you get down here and draw?
Shame the cartoons. TikTok.
Shameless plug. Look how white my arm is compared to my face. This stuff on, this is the stuff I used to tan with. It's probably expired too by now. I know that they all say their expiration date on them. It's okay, because like you're not ingesting it, right? You're just putting it topically on you. I don't know though. Oh, you always want to get your ears too. If you're going for a more tan Jersey Shore look, which was apparently what I was going for when I bought this makeup, then you want to do your ears, you know, all the way down to your collar. Just dab it away at your ears. it's not so bad. I mean, it is, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be when I put my glasses back on. Then I go in with this NYX. I go in with this NYX concealer. Oh, in CW2. So, this is what I do. I hit up my chin. Just blot it. Hit up my Cupid's bow. Just blot it. I hit up underneath my cheekbones. You want to look like you're prepared for war. You want to go straight down the bridge of your nose. Like I said in my last video, I have a traveling eye. It gets to go everywhere for free. Sometimes it has a mind of its own, so it'll just go traveling and leave me behind. So don't mind it if it does that. It's having the time of its life. Tough crowd. And then you just dab. You don't want to smush it around. Just kind of dab it where it's at. The concealer kind of lightens up the whole thing. That's why I go kind of heavy on it. Because it makes it, the orange part of it, less orange. Then I move on with my little LA Colors Dollar Tree eyeshadow. I do my brows. I've done everything from Anastasia Beverly Hills stuff to brow pomade. Listen, it all comes down to this. You can get good brows with this for $1 at Dollar Tree. Let's just ignore my unblended, concealer goatee thing I got going on. And I just dip whatever brush I pick up first. This happens to be a flattish one. I just dip that like so. You don't have to do that. I just see people doing that. You don't have to do that. I don't do that. And then I just move my glasses down a little bit and kind of just, I used to be all into like waxing my brows. They've been just growing however they want to grow for like the past 3 years, so I just don't. I don't worry with it. My camera died, or my thing ran out.
Did it really?
No, it did, but you hear that? That did it really? Like the audacity in Shane's voice. It cut me off. Every 30 minutes I have to click record again or something like that. See, no big difference, just this one's a little bit more filled in than this one. Like I literally shaved off the ends of my eyebrows and like drew them on because that was the thing back then. I've been into makeup in like every weird makeup stage. I've been into makeup whenever you didn't want any eyebrows. I've been into makeup when you wanted all the eyebrows. I've been into makeup when you only wanted half the eyebrow. I've made lifelike strokes in my eyebrows to make it look like I had hair, like all going in one particular direction. I don't know what that one was about. I take this Fit Me powder. And the contour, I use the color True Beige 222, but remember that is too dark for me, so just know that going into it. And then and you just go in like, well, I just go in, just kind of, to give you that sunken in look. Supposed to make you look super thin, but it makes me just look like I skipped breakfast. I'm okay with that. Ooh, that jawline snatched though. Just kind of flopping on there. If you want pouty lips, you just go under your lip like that. And then I go down the sides of my nose. Then I just kind of round out the edges. Then I'm going in with this Lasting Fix Maybelline Banana Powder. This is what we used back in the day. People don't use this much anymore, but I still use it. Just take my damn beauty blender. All that smoke. Just take my damn beauty blender, get it on there like so, and then just dab it on all the parts you did not contour. All the parts where you put your concealer, that's where I put it. I don't bake like I used to. I used to bake. And that's where you literally, pile a whole crap ton on there. And you let it sit. Oh, my feet are asleep. You let it sit and then you swap it away and it's like poof, all the dust goes out. It's a, oh, I just turned that over. Shane, I was talking to Lacey yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was telling her about the story when me and Bub were kids and
Which one?
the llama was chasing me
The llama?
and almost killed me.
You never told me this story.
Did I not tell you that? Okay.
Okay, tell me this story, because I've never heard this story.
Okay. Whenever me and my brother, so you guys know, like, my nanny raised my brother and I. And
Sorry.
my brother's, really? Bless you. My brother was, gosh, Shane can tell you, like, my best friend. My entire childhood. Like, best friend. And we didn't have a lot of supervision a lot when we went to our dad's. So we would end up getting into a lot. And a lot of times we'd go back to like the lime field where they had lime. And like we rode our dirt bikes and our four-wheelers back there. And so to get back to the lime field, we had to ride through these woods and past this like neighborhood area. We lived on a family hill, so like my family owned the hill, so it's basically only family living on that hill. But we'd have to go through the hill beside us, the neighbors' yards, to get back to the lime field. I'm just going in with this brush, and I'm going to try out this, which one of my friends gave me. And so this time we weren't riding my four-wheeler and his dirt bike. We were just walking back there. And we had to walk through this area. This one particular area, it was like farmland. And we had to hop this fence to get there. Well, apparently the person who had owned this fence got a llama. It was a big black llama. And we didn't see it till we were about probably a quarter of a mile into his land. And this llama, no joke. It's a freaking huge llama. Like, huge llama.
So it's like a full grown.
Like, full grown. No joke. He stops dead in his tracks because he's walking and he's eating and stuff.
Yeah.
Stops dead in his tracks and looks at me and my brother. And I hear my brother say, like, a couple of words or something. And he takes off running. Well, I'm like, what the flip? Like, why are you running? He goes off running that way, which is toward the lime field, and it spooks the llama. The llama doesn't chase after my brother, though. It charges me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have to go running this way, which is opposite of the lime field. And the llama was like full speed. Like, I'm talking cantering. It was cantering towards me. And I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. But I hopped the fence and went back. And I hopped the fence on this left side. Went back to my house. Didn't even go through it to get to the lime field to meet my brother. I didn't see him till later that night. Got home and I was like, what?
Wait, why didn't you see him?
Because he went to the lime field. He went this way and he hopped that fence.
So he
went
didn't
on
even
to the
come
lime
back
field.
to check on you?
Didn't come back check on me or nothing. Nothing. So then I go back, and it's getting later in the afternoon, and I decide I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to try to get to the lime field again. I'm thinking maybe my brother just spooked the llama, and I think it was an alpaca.
An alpaca?
Yeah. What's the difference in an alpaca and a llama?
Tell the truth, I don't really know.
It was really, had like the Elvis hair and everything. So I'm like, okay, maybe he just spooked it and that's why it cantered towards me. Maybe that's what happened. So I go back, okay, my brother, I hadn't seen him, did not see him at all, okay, because he went on to the lime field. He forgot all about me. I could have been trampled and in the middle of a field somewhere, and he would have had no idea. The llama could have ate me, and he would not have noticed. So I go back to the house, then I decide I get the guts to go back to the fence to try to go to the lime field, and I hop the fence again, and I'm about where I was the first time when the llama spotted us, and the llama's there. And I'm like, oh no. Like, okay, and keep in mind, please don't get mad at me about this story, because I was literally 13 and we were kids. We were kids.
Wait, why are you giving us a heads up? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing. So I tried to like sidestep the llama and kind of just like try to get out of its way and like walk quietly past it, and I just start running because I'm in a 13-year-old mind. You're like, okay, I just got past like the boss fight, now I'm just going to jet and get out of here, right? Like I survived, like I'm just going to make sure I get out of here. Well, me running spooked the llama, and the llama starts chasing after me. Honest to God, starts chasing after me, cantering again. Here we go. All of a sudden I hear a psst, and I'm like, what the flip? I turn around, I look back, and the llama drops. And I'm like, what the flip? Like, I was freaking out thinking I was going to have to walk up to this man's door, knock on it, and be like, I'm sorry, your llama, I chased your llama into a heart attack. Like, it chased me until it had a heart attack. I was like, I was thinking, like, my dad's going to kill me. Like, he's going to kill me. And I look over, I see my brother, my 12-year-old brother, like this, over the fence post with a BB gun. He shot the llama with a BB gun. No joke. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
No.
I'm like, oh my gosh, why'd you do that? Like, I'm a huge animal lover. I've always been having I would have rather gotten eaten or trampled by the llama than him shoot it with a gun. I didn't know it was a BB gun at that point. I thought it was a gun. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I start walking to it, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what the flip? This llama jumps up. Okay, he don't like get up like you think, like you see a horse or a cow, like they get up on their hooves or whatever and it takes their time. That thing sits straight up on its feet. Looks, I swear it looked at me in the eyes. Swear it looked at me in the eyes. He's like, all right, you want to fight? Here's a fight. Starts cantering towards me and pissed that llama off. I ran. I literally did not even touch that fence jumping over it. We never went to the lime field that way ever again. Never. I thought he killed the llama, and I was petrified. Petrified. I went home and told my dad. I was like, my brother shot a llama. He needs to be grounded.
Fact.
True story.
I've never heard that story before.
Yeah, me and Bob told you, I'm pretty sure, one time at Memos.
No, you've never told me that story.
So apparently I'm doing something funky today in my makeup, because I'm doing like some pink color, and I ain't done nothing like that in a while. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just really playing around with it right now, because I don't really know what I'm doing. What I do though is I do take a light color like that, and I put it right under my eyebrow to give it that arch effect, because I naturally have an arch, especially whenever I pluck my eyebrows into the form that they're usually in when they're not overgrown. I have an arch, but I just do that to make it more prominent. The good thing about it is if you don't like your eyeshadow, just put on a pair of glasses. You can't see your eyeshadow. The bad part about it is if you do like your eyeshadow, you put on a pair of glasses and you can't see your eyeshadow. This is my favorite eyeliner ever. It's the Rimmel Exaggerate Eyeliner. And I get the black. And I always start right here at... I don't do my eyeliner like everybody else does, and I've been made fun of a lot for the way I do my eyeliner, but I like to do it that way because I have really small eyes and they kind of bulge out of my head. They look big because they do bulge out of my head, but they're actually really small. So I just start right here at the beginning of my lash line, and I make a thick line all the way across, and it kind of evens my eyes out. Oh, I didn't finish the story about the llama.
Oh, was that not it?
So he survived, and we never went that way again. But we did have to go over to, I forget his name. We had to go over to the feller's house and apologize to him for shooting his llama with a BB gun.
Yeah, but you know what? He shouldn't have had something that was that easily ticked off.
Well, we ticked it off. It ain't the llama's fault.
I don't agree with that. Why do you have the llama?
I don't know, as a pet.
You didn't like have it for like fur or something like that?
I know, I think it was. You don't keep llamas for fur?
Isn't that a pack of hair? Don't they use that for something?
Maybe on the black market, not in real life.
Whoa. They use it for something.
No! Oh my gosh, you're evil.
How am I evil by asking a question?
No. Uh-oh. You just made me mess up my eyeshadow. I was really loving it too. I think he got it. I forget what he told us. It was already mean-natured in the beginning because he got it, I think, as a rescue.
Wait, a rescue llama?
Yeah. So like it was already kind of, it didn't like people, which makes me even sadder. But it lived a long, happy life. It lived a very, very long time. I got Ruby Chocolate by Lime Life. We've got Lover by Maybelline. Pretty much the same color, honestly. This Ruby Chocolate's just a little bit more brown toned, purpley brown. Another Lover by Maybelline. Kisses by Revlon. My hair's pretty much matted. It's like one piece. It's literally one gigantic piece. Going in with this Scandalize Waterproof Gel Pencil Crayon by Rimmel. I love Rimmel's eye stuff. This is also Rimmel. And this is what I put on my waterline. Oops. And once that waterline is lined, go back in with this and do a thick line on the bottom. A lot of y'all ask me what kind of books that I read. I read literally everything. Everything from Christian literature, like nonfiction, to Christian fiction, to young adult, to new adult, to suspense. Oh, look at my eye. Look, 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 look. See that? Oh, ouch. It fixes itself. Thumbnail. I read romance, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, being so broad and reading so many different things, there are some things that I have to literally either put down or skip. Like in my Royal series right here, I had to skip a lot of it because it's raunchy. And I just don't, like, it's basically like I'm watching, you know, a movie. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of movies. I watch more than I used to now. But I don't watch a lot of it. But when it does come to something that either I disagree with or that I just think is just unnecessary or is gross or is raunchy, I skip it. That's what I do in the book. I skip those parts. This is a Microfiber Mascara from Lime Life, and you have to warm it up before you use it. Or you're supposed to, I think. I am a huge Twilight fan. If you can't tell, those are the two newest books in the Twilight series, Life and Death and Midnight Sun. And then I have over here, you can see I have the white edition of Twilight up there. Right now I'm currently reading Almost Maine. I know little to nothing about it, and I'm only like 60 pages in, but so far it's about a place called Almost Maine, where it's almost in Canada, almost in the United States. It's literally almost anything. They don't have, the town's not organized, and the land scouter people and stuff like that. Land surveyors. The land surveyors just kind of left it hanging. They were super disorganized, so they don't have any info on it. They just know it's almost in Canada, almost in the United States, and it's just about on one particular night the northern lights happen, and then everybody starts falling in love in weird ways. Like I said, I can't promote it because I'm only that much into it, only like 60 pages into it, but so far it's really cool. Hold on, I think somebody's bullying my child, and I'm about to go be that mom. Funny part about it is I'm sitting here doing my thumbnail shots. Literally this big old mat in my head. I need to go take a shower, but I gotta film first. I need to film first and then I'll take a shower. That's backwards, but it's okay. Okay, we're good. I hope you have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. And I will see y'all tomorrow.